You're listening to Healing Wisdom. I'm Pandora Peoples, and this morning we're talking with Eleanor and Dario. Eleanor Dubinsky and Dario Acosta Tate are both multi-instrumentalists, vocalists, and they're performing together at a holiday concert December 20th at Wellfleet Preservation Hall, starting at 6 p.m. Tickets are available at wellfleetpreservationhall.org. And they're going to share some of their music from their new album and some of their original tunes, as well as holiday favorites. Welcome. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
We love the hall, and we've had several concerts there, and we did a holiday concert last year as well. And it's a special time of year for us to be able to be there and to bring our mix of music from around the world and also holiday favorites, and just relax and enjoy the beautiful acoustics of that room.
And we have a lot of friends in Wellfleet and on Cape Cod, so it's always very nice for us to go back there and catch up with some people we really love.
Wonderful. So tell us about this new album.
Well, the new album is, we're trying to release it in the middle of this crazy parenting journey. So it's not, the album is finished. We were working on the graphic side of it, last details today. But the idea is to release it as soon as possible. And the album has 10 songs, which are from around the world.
Yep, 9 covers.
Yeah, 9
one
covers.
Original.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have been playing actually a lot on the Cape over the last many years, songs from France, Spain, Brazil, Argentina, the US, and we have in public and in private crafted our own fresh arrangements of songs like Just the Two of Us, or Here Comes the Sun, or Corcovado, or Pink Martini's Sympathique, which is in French. What else?
Some songs in Spanish, a bolero from Buena Vista Social Club.
Yeah. So we decided to put pen to paper, so to speak, and we recorded this album over the last year. Mm-hmm. It's mostly the two of us. We have a guest percussionist from Argentina, but we play between us percussion, guitar, charango, which is a traditional Argentine folk instrument, cello. We both sing, and it's really a labor of love that we completed the recording of just before our daughter was born. She was born in May. And so we decided to call the album Just the Three of Us, because that's what we are now. We're the three of us.
Yeah. That's so sweet. That's wonderful. My husband has this joke, because I gave birth at home, that 2 of us walked in and 3 of us walked out.
Yep, pretty much. Every day we are digesting, I would say, a new piece of what it is to be a parent. And as we were talking about before this, everything is changing all the time. She just turned 6 months. She has 2 little teeth coming through. She just started eating solids. Avocado is winning over banana right now. It's a whole huge identity shift. And I don't really know what that has to do with the album, but it's kind of our life right now. Just she's probably going to be there, and she's probably going to be in a carrier on me during the concert.
She has to do with that in the fact that the sense that she loves all the songs. When we practice, she gets really happy. She gets very excited when we practice those particular songs, and she's so used to being on stage with us, with mommy especially. So she's like totally part of the album. You can call it inspiration, or you can. You were pregnant when
when we were recording. I was pregnant, and so you can imagine she heard these songs being recorded while she was inside, and now she's out. And actually, it was on the Cape. So we we've been trying to figure out how to do this, right? How do you have a baby and also perform? And we were playing in Wellfleet Porch Fest, and she was with my mom, and she was a little bit upset, just, separation and such. And I had the baby carrier, and I think that was the first time we put her in the carrier when we were performing. And it was so special, that moment. And that has continued. So we played, on Wellfleet and in Provincetown in the summer, and I had her in the baby carrier. And so she's really part of this. And I think it's getting woven into her system, all of this music.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. She's
so
really
wonderful.
We wonder if, she makes a lot of sounds now, and we wonder if they're singing. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you remember, did she like kick a lot at a particular song on the album? Like, did you think this must be her favorite?
I think just the two of us. She was really into that one. I do think she likes that one. And actually we recorded a version of Bridge Over Troubled Water, and that now we use that recording as her bedtime song. So she has heard it every night she hears it multiple times. And I think that one is also quite special. And we just played a show in Buenos Aires. Actually, we were in Argentina, and we played that song, and she was on me in the carrier. And like right at the end of the song, she yawned. It was like perfect timing.
When you're weary, feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I will dry them all. I'm on your side. Oh, when times get rough and friends just can't be found, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down.
Dos Gardenias is one of my favorite all-time songs, and so when you sent it to me, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so happy you covered it. It's a beautiful version." Do you want to share anything about the meaning of it, or?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a beautiful song, and I think the arrangement came when I was like kind of experimenting. We recorded a draft. We do that like for this album. Like the way we recorded the album was we sit together. We like recorded a draft version, like playing together, like very raw. And then I went I got into the details, and I re-recorded the guitar, and I added some percussion. I suggested some arrangements, and then Eleanor came, and she had something to say and something to add and change. So we worked. That's the way we worked. And with this particular one, we didn't have the arrangement until we recorded the first draft. And I started playing with ideas, reharmonizing, and I don't know, like thinking, like changing a little bit the structure, and then Eleanor came, and we tried a few things, and we really liked the way it sounded.
Yeah, I mean, Dario obviously is a native Spanish speaker, and I'm not, but I do speak Spanish. And he doesn't sing on every song, but there are certain songs he sings a very strong harmony. And on this particular song, he sings a lot. Mm-hmm. And I would say something very distinct about the arrangement is the reharmonizing that he created. And then we sang it together, and it's quite special. I mean, it's really a duo version. We sing together. Yeah, it's special. I love to play it.
Yeah, I
Actually.
mean, we're trying to make justice of the genre. You know, boleros are usually like romantic, talk about love, and you know, like sang by a couple who are also like, you know, a real couple in life. It's like I don't know, it has something very special.
Dos gardenias para ti. Con ellas quiero decir te quiero, te adoro, mi vida. Ponles toda tu atención, que tendrán tu corazón y el mío. Dos gardenias para ti, que tendrán todo el calor de un beso, de esos besos que te di, que jamás te encontrarán en el calor de otro querer. A tu lado vivirán y se hablarán como cuando estás conmigo, y hasta creerán que se dirá te quiero. Pero si un atardecer las gardenias de mi amor se mueren, es porque han adivinado que tu amor me ha traicionado, porque existe otro querer.
Are your approaches to music similar, or are they different? Like, can you talk a little bit about your backgrounds and kind of like how that works as a couple coming together?
That's a great question. Actually, they are not similar, but they are very complementary, I would say, right? Because I come from a very folk, Argentine folk oriented background. You know, my father is a folk musician. My mom loves music, and my siblings are musicians too. So I grew up like surrounded by traditional music and culture from a small town in Argentina called Tucumán. So, and then I started, like, when I was 10, I went to the conservatory. So I, like, at the same time I developed these two languages, you know, the very traditional folky language, as well as the classical music and jazz and all that stuff. And I kind of created my own language, and I'm super curious. I think that's the point that where the thing we share is, like, we are both very curious, and we like almost every kind of music. You know, Eleanor, she comes from a different background.
Yeah, actually, I would say we both are very adept at improvising, but we come from very different places approaching improvisation. So we have repertoires that are very similar in some ways. We both have a lot of jazz. Now, you know, we know a lot of jazz tunes. We know bossa nova. We know American pop and, you know, classic pop. But when you talk to me about improvising, it's sort of like that thing of, you know, do you make decisions with feelings or with logic? I think I make the decisions more with feelings and Dario more with logic. So, for example, if you ask me how I improvise, I kind of close my eyes and feel what wants to happen. And Dario has a really academic background in music. He has a master's degree in jazz performance and other things. And he comes to improvisation from this very theoretical point of view. So if you say to Dario, like, play something sad, he'll think about like the chord progression that suggests sad. Sing something sad, I'll like feel sad,
Yeah.
And so on the surface, it seems like we're doing the same thing, but actually we're coming at it from very different points of view. But we still, I would say, both of us grew up playing music from a very, very young age. And so we both also have a very good sense of rhythm, and we can go with it. So we do improvise a lot, but our brains are doing totally different things. It's really interesting.
Yeah, and something to add, Eleanor studied cello when she was very little. When she, how old were you?
I started when I was 3, and I studied by ear first, and then I was supposed to learn theory, and I never really got that into it. And Dario was around folk music from 0 with his family. You have to hear them. They're just, they like go around the table and each person plays or sings something and your mind is blown at the Acosta family
It's super fun.
singers. So, I would have loved in a way to grow up like that. My family is not, they're not musicians. So he was like born into it and I was taught it, but we meet in this place of, I think, both fortunately being able to improvise at the drop of a hat and we both have very good ears, so we harmonize very easily, and that's been great. But and I know this is going on for a bit, but I'll just say I think I assumed that we were both improvising from a similar point of view, but then we actually started to teach workshops in improvisation, and Dario has a whole workshop that he teaches about coming at improvisation from a technical point of view, which really surprised me, like using all these theoretical concepts to improvise. And I was like, what are you talking about?
Well, I mean, I have a theory about it. To me, it's like even without like knowing that you are applying those concepts, you have them intuitively.
Yeah.
It's like there are some geniuses that work like that. I kind of need to learn. I need to read everything and learn and practice to really adopt those techniques. And in your case, you have them intuitively.
When you're in a relationship, you have an emotional connection that far surpasses the emotional connection that anyone generally has with bandmates. And people may disagree with me on that, but I think that if you develop that, well, regardless of the relationship, if you're developing that connection, then it's easier to improvise on stage and not just rely on, we're going to go 3.5 minutes. We're going to do this many verses. We're going to, have this many instrumental solos or whatever. Like, it sounds like you're on the same wavelength.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. I completely agree with you. And I think we have a very good connection, especially on stage. We really connect very easily through music.
Your song Amandote, how do you pronounce it?
Yeah, Amandote.
Amandote. Can you talk about that? I'm going to be playing it, and it's just
Eleanor has a lot of interesting things to say about it.
Well, first, the song begins with the charango, which is a special instrument from Argentina and also Bolivia in the region of the Andes. It's like a folk, I don't know if you can call it a guitar. It's a mini 10-stringed instrument that's played a lot in the mountain regions in the north of Argentina and Bolivia, in that area. So the song starts with that instrument. Dario is playing that, and he actually plays a charango that his father made for him, which is very exciting. And the song Amándote means loving you. And what's interesting to me about this song is it's a genre, it's a song that's in a genre called Candombe. And Candombe is, you've probably heard of like Candomblé or, there are other versions of this word or this tradition, but it's an Afro-European, Candombe specifically, it's like an Afro-Uruguayan, Afro-Argentine genre that evolved through the music of enslaved peoples in the area called Rio de la Plata, which is where Argentina meets Uruguay. And so there's a whole world of music of Candombe still very much happening in Uruguay and also Argentina. And this song is like a singer-songwriter Candombe. It's written by Jaime Ross. And so the one thing that's distinct about Candombe is that it has a clave. So this song Amándote has this 3/2 clave underlying, and then we're using the guitar and some percussion and vocals to express it. But like if you go and Google Amándote Candombe, you'll find it performed in a lot of different ways, including with a lot of drums and vocals. Primarily drums and vocals. So yeah, I would say it's a particularly interesting genre. In the US, we talk a lot about like the African American history of our music. And I think there's a lesser known, particularly here, history of like Afro South American music. And Candombe is an example of that.
Algún día verás que me voy a morir amándote, amándote, amándote. Algún día sabrás lo que ha sido vivir amándote, amándote, amándote. Quizás comprenderás lo mucho que sufrí amándote, amándote, amándote. Quizás entenderás todo lo que perdí amándote, amándote, amándote. Y la muchacha me dijo, no te enamores de nadie. No te enamores de nadie, me dijo. No te enamores de nadie, mi vida, mi amor. Con un beso me dijo, no te enamores de nadie. No te enamores de nadie, me dijo. No te enamores de nadie. Le, 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 le. Algún día verás que me voy a morir amándote, amándote, amándote. Algún día sabrás lo que ha sido vivir amándote, amándote, amándote. Y fue así que me dijo, no te enamores de nadie. No te enamores de nadie, me dijo. No te enamores de nadie, mi vida, mi amor. Al acostarnos me dijo, no te enamores de nadie. No te enamores de nadie, me dijo. No te enamores de nadie. Le, 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 le.
Your background in folk music from Argentina, that's indigenous music or a combination of indigenous and Spanish both?
Well, that's a great question because it is a combination between the Spanish, the indigenous, and the African slaves that were like brought to the country. There are so many theories about it, but for sure the music we today we call folklore or folk music is like a huge mix of those cultures and sounds and instruments and traditions, for sure.
We're going to hear Swing Thing. Tell us about the song.
So Swing Thing is an original song. It's the only original song on the album, and it has a New Orleans kind of vibe. There's a surprise instrument that comes in at the end, which is a lot of fun for me to play. And it's a crowd pleaser, which is always fun. A lot of clapping and singing along. But that song came to me during a meditation. There's a songwriter who actually passed away. Her name is Sarah Tavares, and she's Portuguese, Cape Verdean, and she she talks a lot about like this Cape Verdean or Portuguese language concept of swing, but it's not swing like we think of jazz swing. It's like your kind of internal swing when you're dancing, like when you see people dancing, it's like their swing. And I was thinking about some American version of what that would be, and this song came out. So it's, in a way, even though it's a very American-y sounding song, for me, it's very connected to this like Cape Verdean, Brazilian, Portuguese concept of swing. Like they call it like gingard. Gingard is like to swing, but it's like gingard is like a physical swing, not necessarily a, jazzy musical swing. Or your groove, you could call it like a groove. So swing thing is about, no matter what mood you're in or what's going on, that you can find your internal swing. Everybody has their swing.
I got this thing. I got this swing, all over my body, We got this thing. We got this swing, all over our bodies, Yeah, running after your mind, getting caught up in your thoughts and losing precious time. When you're in a bind, guess what you find when you get your rhythm? Go on now, get that rhythm. Put it in your feet, put it in your smile, bring it to me. I'll put it on 5. Shake off your stress, embrace the mess. Turn that no into a yes. We're gonna flow, release and let it go. What the future holds, nobody knows. So from head to toe, come on now, swing, let it swing, let it swing. We got this thing, bang, bang. We got this swing, 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 all over our body.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Eleanor and Dario, for joining us today on Healing Wisdom. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yes, thank you so very much.
You can catch Eleanor and Dario December 20th at Wellfleet Preservation Hall. Tickets are available at wellfleetpreservationhall.org. We're going to go out with a little bit of 8 Days of Hanukkah, a Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings cover from Eleanor and Dario. You've been listening to a Healing Wisdom podcast. You can find this show and others like it wherever you get your podcasts.
Day 1, time to light a candle for those Maccabees whose oil did burn and burn. Day 2, time to spin the dreidel and hope that Gimel shows up on my turn. Day 3, fry a bunch of latkes with applesauce, sour cream and all. Day 4, we're cooking up a brisket the kosher butcher sold my Uncle Saul. 8 days of Hanukkah, every one of them glows with love. 8 days of Hanukkah, every one of them glows with love. Day 5, I like it more than Pesach. Let's leave the Manischewitz on the shelf. Day 6, gifts for the children. $5 checks from great grandma Sal. Day 7, light a whole bunch of candles. Gotta keep that shamus going right to left. Day day. Yeah, yeah. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Let's light 'em up. Whoa.